Hi everybody, I am Dr. Tracy Hardell and I am going to be your instructor for this evidence-based practice project course. I am so excited to be working with you. I really enjoy research. In fact, I'm just wrapping up teaching the last couple weeks of a research course that you guys have all taken in your master's program, the nursing research course. If you remember, in the nursing research course, you actually had a CLC group project that talked about implementing an evidence-based practice recommendation. And you're going to be following the same steps that you did in that course. In this course, we're just going to be doing them in a much more in-depth manner, and it's all going to be you, not a group. So again, welcome. All right. First of all, if you have not read the course announcements, please do so. You really need to get the information that is in there. They're important. Second of all, if you haven't posted your bio on the class wall, please do that. I've posted my bio and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you guys better. The bio wall really helps me to understand kind of where you're headed in your career path. And that will also help me a little bit as I'm looking at your evidence-based practice ideas. Okay, so you found this YouTube video. I will be posting one every week. Usually I get them posted on Thursday, the first day of the course, and I try to keep them 5 to 7 minutes if I can. And I go over maybe the topic for the week, give you some ideas about the assignment for that week, maybe some helpful hints, things like that. So you are responsible for the material in the YouTube videos just as if I had written it out. So please be sure to take a look at those every week. You may also notice, so we don't have CLC forum assignments this week. So when you look in the main forum and look down the list that's usually like blue group, green group, purple group, whatever, you'll see one that says prayer forum. And each week I'll be posting either a scripture verse, an inspirational passage, something like that to kind of get us going for the week. Participating in that forum is strictly optional. That's something you don't feel comfortable doing, don't want to do, don't have time to do. No big deal. But it is nice if you want to request prayer for something, offer up a praise for something. If you want to share something inspirational or a scripture passage with the class, feel free. That's one of the nice advantages of attending a Christian university, in that we can do those kind of things. So it's just another avenue, but strictly optional. Also, we all have different beliefs in this course. I think you've learned as master's students that it's not a good thing if every single person agrees with every single thing. We're all going to have different opinions. So in the prayer forum, if you just be respectful of each other, that's really all I ask. Okay, so the final thing that I did mention in the announcements is staying on top of things in this course. Every single week, the assignments build on each other and they all have to fit together really well for your last big project. So if you fall behind, it's really, really hard to catch up. So this is not the time to accept overtime assignments. This isn't the time to volunteer for a group at church. This is the time to call in your chips of maybe getting people to pick up shifts for you if you feel you need an extra day to get something accomplished, and to try to use family, friends, spouses, whatever, to try to help out. You might hear my kitty cat in the background. One of them. She's a little vocal. I think she is wanting my attention. Anyway, so this is the time to try to free up as much time as you can. All right, so let's talk about participation because you've got your DQ starting. Just wanted to be crystal clear about participation. So you know your initial response to each discussion question, you get separate points for that, your DQ points. So then, in order to get your participation points, you have to respond to at least 3 other posts, either something I post, something a student posts. You have to have 3 responses, and they have to be substantive. They can't just say, Oh, I agree with you. That's a wonderful idea. And you guys know this by this point in your program. They have to be substantive. Okay, so our first DQ talks about research projects versus evidence-based practice projects and what's the differences between the two, and why the heck do we need to know about evidence-based practice and that sort of thing. So that'll be a good discussion one. And then we'll be looking at different roles that use different types of evidence-based practice. You guys are going to be looking at various different roles after you graduate, and in any of those roles, you can use evidence-based practice. Evidence-based practice isn't just to be implemented at the bedside. There are a lot of other positions within nursing that aren't at the bedside that still use evidence-based practice. Okay. So DQ1, you've got to get that one in by Saturday night at midnight, Phoenix time. DQ2, you've got to get that in by Monday night at midnight, just the same as the other courses that we've had. And then there's no specific assignment this week, but I think you really want to be getting a jump on your assignment for week 2. You are going to be doing your organizational culture and readiness assessment. So wherever you would ideally like to implement this evidence-based practice, and I'll tell you right now, I would love if you had a facility that you were planning on going ahead and implementing this EBP and you had administrative support for that. I would love that. Even if you don't, you do have to identify a specific place that in the ideal world you would like to implement this evidence-based practice, because you're going to have to really assess it, describe it, look at barriers, things like that. So it does have to be based in a real place. And then you're going to be doing your problem statement. Now remember, your problem statement has a lot to do with what is the issue that's causing me heartburn right now that I want to find an evidence-based solution to. Okay? Remember, with evidence-based practice, we always start with a problem that we're going to be dealing with. Some issue dealing with nursing, healthcare that we're going to be dealing with. And then after that, we'll be narrowing down what aspect of that problem do we want to specifically focus on in our PICO question. So we'll be getting there. Don't want to jump too far ahead, but I would strongly encourage you to be starting on that this week. If you have questions or struggles as you're working on that, the best way to contact me is to either send a question through the individual forum or question to the instructor forum, whether you want everyone to see it or just it to be between you and me. If for some reason you cannot just write it up that way, it just isn't going to work. I did put in the announcement how you can reach me on my cell phone. Okay? Alrighty, so I'm running along with the first one. The next ones videos shouldn't be quite as long as this. All right, everybody, so happy to meet you, and good luck in the course. I'll see you in the main forum.